The Story of Mr. Jeremy Fisher, Part 1. Once there was a frog. His name was Mr. Jeremy Fisher. He lived in a little house near a pond. There was water on the floor of the house, and Mr. Jeremy's feet were always in the water. But he liked it, and he was never ill. One day, very early in the morning, he came out of his little house and saw the rain. "I want to catch some nice fish for my dinner in the evening," said Mr. Jeremy. "I have asked my two friends to come to dinner. They are Mr. Tortoise and Mr. Newt." Mr. Jeremy put on his raincoat and his galoshes. He took his rod and a bucket with his breakfast in it and went to the place where his boat was. The boat was round and green. It was the leaf of a water lily. Mr. Jeremy stood in the middle of his boat, and it went out into the open water. "I know a good place where there are many fishes," he said to himself. When he was in the middle of the pond, he stopped the boat and sat down in it. Then he put his rod into the water and began to fish. The rain fell and fell on his back. Soon Mr. Jeremy wanted to eat. "I want my breakfast," said he. "I am going to eat some flies. I like them very much," he said. Mr. Jeremy Fisher ate his breakfast and looked at the water in the pond. Suddenly he saw a black animal in the water. "It is a water rat," said Mr. Jeremy. "I must go to some other place. The rat wants to eat me." Mr. Jeremy Fisher went in his boat to another place and put his rod into the water. He sat and looked at the water.